Live Free or Die Hard, released as Die Hard 4.0 outside North America, is a 2007 American action thriller film directed by Len Wiseman. It is the sequel to Die Hard with a Vengeance, 1995, and the fourth installment in the Die Hard film series. It is based on the 1997 article A Farewell to Arms 2 written for Wired magazine by John Carlin. The film's name references New Hampshire's state motto, Live Free or Die. In the film, NYPD detective John McClane, Bruce Willis, attempts to stop a cyber-terrorist, Thomas Gabriel, Timothy Olyphant, who hacks into government and commercial computers across the United States with the goal of starting a fire sale cyber attack that would disable key elements of the nation's infrastructure. Justin Long, Cliff Curtis, Maggie Q, Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Kevin Smith also star. Live Free or Die Hard was released in the United States on June 27, 2007 by 20th Century Fox. The film grossed $383 million worldwide, making it the highest-grossing installment in the Die Hard series. It received positive reviews from critics. It is the only Die Hard film to be theatrically released with a PG-13 rating from the MPAA, although an unrated edition would later be made available on home media. A fifth film, A Good Day to Die Hard, was released in 2013. Plot. In response to a brief blackout at the FBI Cyber Division headquarters, FBI Deputy Director Miguel Bowman asks local law enforcement to bring in high-level computer hackers nationwide. NYPD Police Detective John McClane is assigned to pick up hacker Matt Farrell in New Jersey. After McClane arrives at Farrell's residence, assassins sent by Thomas Gabriel, a hacker and leader of cyber-terrorists, attack them. McClane and Farrell manage to escape. As McClane and Farrell travel to Washington, D.C., Farrell tells McClane he had written an algorithm for Len, Gabriel's girlfriend and co-conspirator, to crack a specific security system. He believed his work was being used for white hat purposes. Meanwhile, Gabriel orders his crew of hackers to take over transportation grids and the stock market while nationally broadcasting a threatening message to the U.S. government. Farrell realizes this is a fire sale, a cyber attack designed to disable the nation's infrastructure. As McClane and Farrell are driven to DHS headquarters, Len posing as a dispatcher reroutes them into a helicopter ambush. McClane fends off the attackers and destroys the helicopter. McClane asks Farrell what he thinks Gabriel's next move will be. Farrell deduces that Gabriel's next target will be the power grid. The two drive to a utility superstation in West Virginia and find it under the control of a team led by Len. McClane and Farrell kill Len's team. After a struggle, Len and McClane end up in a vehicle that is stuck in an elevator shaft. McClane climbs out of the vehicle and escapes, but the vehicle falls to the bottom of the elevator shaft and explodes, killing Len. Farrell traces Gabriel and uploads his picture to Bowman, who learns that Gabriel has orchestrated the fire sale. McClane learns that Bowman and Gabriel once worked together for the DOD as chief programmer. Gabriel warned the department about weaknesses that made America's network infrastructure vulnerable to cyber warfare, but he was ignored and later fired for his unorthodox methods, so he is seeking revenge. Enraged over Len's death, Gabriel redirects natural gas to the superstation and causes an explosion in another attempt to kill McClane and Farrell. The two barely escape, but the destruction of the facility caused a massive blackout throughout the eastern seaboard. McClane and Farrell travel by helicopter to the home of super hacker Frederick Warlock Colliades in Baltimore. Warlock identifies the piece of code Farrell wrote for Len as a means to access data at a Social Security Administration building at Woodlawn, Maryland. Doing a trace route, Warlock locates Gabriel. He is at Woodlawn. McClane, Farrell, and Bowman discover that Woodlawn is actually an NSA facility intended to back up the nation's personal and financial records as a fail-safe in the event of a cyber attack. It was designed by Gabriel himself. The blackout on the FBI was intended to trigger the download of the financial data to Woodlawn, and Gabriel plans to steal the data. Meanwhile, Gabriel orchestrates the kidnapping of McClane's estranged daughter, Lucy, as a bargaining chip to threaten McClane. McClane and Farrell race to Woodlawn. The two got separated during the infiltration. Farrell finds the facility's main server and encrypts the data Gabriel's men downloaded before getting captured, and McClane kills more of Gabriel's men. Gabriel flees the building, taking Farrell and Lucy with him. McClane pursues them, hijacking their semi-mobile base. Accessing the communications system of an F-35B Lightning II, Gabriel orders the pilot to attack the truck McClane is driving, but the jet is destroyed by falling debris. McClane survives the attack and sees Gabriel's vehicle pull into a nearby hangar. At the hangar, Gabriel demands that Farrell decrypt the financial data from Woodlawn. When he refuses, Gabriel shoots him in the leg and threatens to kill Lucy. McClane arrives and kills two more of Gabriel's men, but is shot and wounded by Gabriel's last man, Emerson. Gabriel positions himself behind McClane, putting the barrel of the gun in his shoulder wound. McClane then pulls the trigger. The bullet travels through McClane's shoulder and hits Gabriel in the heart, killing him instantly. Farrell then grabs a pistol and kills Emerson as the FBI arrives. Afterward, McClane thanks Farrell for saving Lucy's life. Cast: Bruce Willis as John McClane. He becomes involved in stopping Thomas Gabriel after being tasked with transporting Matt Farrell to the FBI for questioning. He saves Farrell from a hit squad and the two work together to stop Gabriel's plan. Justin Long as Matt Farrell, a hacker turned white hat who now designs cybersecurity algorithms. He unknowingly helped Thomas Gabriel with his plan and survives an assassination attempt with McClane's help. He uses his computer expertise to help McClane stop Gabriel's plan. Timothy Olyphant as Thomas Gabriel, a crazed former U.S. Department of Defense analyst who leads a group of cyber-terrorists systematically shutting down the entire U.S. infrastructure. Olyphant filmed his role within 3 weeks. 3. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Lucy Gennaro McClane, McClane's estranged daughter. The inclusion of McClane's daughter was previously considered for the third film, and she was in the video game Die Hard, Vendetta. 4. Maggie Q as Mylin, Gabriel's second-in-command and lover. She is an expert in both computers and martial arts. Kevin Smith as Frederick Warlock Colliades, a hacker who reluctantly helps McClane and Farrell track down Gabriel. Smith made uncredited rewrites to the scenes in which he appears. 5. Cliff Curtis as Miguel Bowman, Deputy Director of the FBI Cybersecurity Division. Jonathan Sadowski as Trey, Gabriel's main hacker. Zelko Ivanek as Special Agent Molina, Assistant Deputy Director of the FBI Cybersecurity Division. Christina Chang as Taylor, an FBI Cybersecurity Division analyst. Additional characters include Gabriel's henchman, Eduardo Costa as Emerson, Cyril Raffaelli as Rand, Yorgo Constantine as Russo, Chris Palmero as Dell, Andrew Friedman as Casper and Brian Weiss as Robinson. Other actors include Chris Ellis as LT, Jack Sclavino, McClane's superior, Sung Kang as Raj, an FBI desk officer, Matt O'Leary as Clay Wheeler, an ill-fated hacker, Jake McDorman as Jim, Lucy's boyfriend, Tim Russ as DHS agent Chuck Summer, Joe Gerardi as NSA agent Jack Perry, Yancy Arias as FBI agent Johnson, and Rosemary Noer as Mrs. Colliades, Frederick's mother. Director Len Wiseman makes a cameo appearance as an F-35B pilot, and as the voice of a Camden, New Jersey police captain. Future director of the John Wick franchise Chad Stahelski acted as a stunt performer. Production. Unproduced Die Hard 4, Tears of the Sun sequel. After the success of Die Hard with a Vengeance, 20th Century Fox began working on a fourth film. In 1997, they purchased a script entitled Tears of the Sun, written by Alan B. McElroy. The script was about a group of people who go to set up a radio relay station deep inside the Amazon jungle, but due to a severe storm, they land in a small mining town where they hire a guide. However, they are soon captured by a drug lord and his gang, who force them to work as slaves in his mine. They manage to escape and have to survive both the jungle and drug dealers who are chasing them. 6-7. At the time Fox decided to rework the story into Die Hard 4, Tears of the Sun had been in development since the early 1990s. Around 1994, it was one of several projects to which John Woo was attached as a director, but which never got made. Along with McElroy, other writers who worked on the script included Ronald Bass, Chris Gerolmo, Larry Ferguson, Robert Mark Kamen and Joel Gross. It was also at one point considered to be rewritten into a new modern adaptation of Tarzan, before Fox got the script. 8, 9, 10. Willis liked the Tears of the Sun title so much that he requested that one of his films, made in 2002, be retitled Tears of the Sun, instead of Hostile Rescue or Man of War, in exchange for starring in another Die Hard film. This is why it is often mistakenly reported that Tears of the Sun was originally going to be the fourth Die Hard film. 11, 12, 13. Script and title. The film's plot is based on an earlier script entitled WW3.com by David Marconi, screenwriter of the 1998 film Enemy of the State. 14. Using John Carlin's Wired magazine article entitled A Farewell to Arms, Marconi crafted a screenplay about a cyber-terrorist attack on the United States. 15. To the fictional attack concept. 16 is called Fire Sale in the movie, depicting a three-stage coordinated attack on a country's transportation, telecommunications, financial, and utilities infrastructure systems. After the September 11, 2001 attacks, the project was stalled, only to be resurrected several years later and rewritten into Live Free or Die Hard by Doug Richardson and eventually by Mark Baumbach. 17. Willis said in 2005 that the film would be called Die Hard 4.0, as it revolves around computers and cyber-terrorism. IGN later reported the film was to be called Die Hard, Reset instead. 18. 20th Century Fox later announced the title as Live Free or Die Hard and set a release date of June 29, 2007 with filming to begin in September 2006. 1920 The title is based on New Hampshire's state motto, Live Free or Die, which is attributed to a quote from General John Stark. International trailers use the Die Hard 4.0 title. 21 As the film was released outside North America with that title. Early into the film's DVD commentary, both Wiseman and Willis note a preference for the title Die Hard 4.0. 22. Visual effects. For the visual effects used throughout the film, actor Bruce Willis and director Len Wiseman stated that they wanted to use a limited amount of computer-generated imagery, CGI. 23. One VFX producer said that Len was insisting on the fact that, because we've got Transformers and other big CGI movies coming out, this one has to feel more real. It has to be embedded in some kind of practical reality in order to give it that edge of being a Die Hard. 24. Companies such as Rhythm and Hughes Studios, RNH, The Orphanage, ROT, Pixel Magic, and Amalgamated Pixels assisted in the film's visual effects. 24. RNH worked on 200 visual effects shots in the film. 25 including the sequence that shows characters John McClane and Matt Farrell crouching between two cars as another car lands on top of the other cars. To achieve this effect, a crane yanked the car and threw it in the air onto the two cars that were also being pulled by cables. The shot was completed when the two characters were integrated into the footage of the car stunt after the lighting was adjusted and CGI glass and debris were added. 24 In the same sequence, John McClane destroys a helicopter that several of Gabriel's henchmen are riding in by ramming it with a car. This was accomplished by first filming one take where one of Gabriel's henchmen, Rand, jumps from the helicopter, and in the next take the car is propelled into the stationary helicopter as it is hoisted by wires. The final view of the shot overlays the two takes, with added CGI for the debris and moving rotor blades. 24 The company also assisted in adding cars for traffic collisions and masses of people for evacuations from several government buildings. 25. The Orphanage developed a multi-level freeway interchange for use in one of the film's final scenes by creating a digital environment and a 1,000-foot, 300 m, long spiral ramp that was built in front of a blue screen. 26 When a F-35 jet is pursuing McClane on the freeway, a miniature model and a full-size prop were both built to assist in digitally adding the jet into the scene. 26-27 The 9-foot model was constructed from November 2006 through February 2007. 26 When the jet is shown hovering near the freeway, editors used the software 3D graphics program Maya to blur the background and create a heat ripple effect. 26. Filming and injuries. Justin Long, Bruce Willis, and Len Wiseman filming on location in Baltimore. Filming for Live Free or Die Hard started in downtown Baltimore, Maryland on September 23, 2006. 28 8 different sets were built on a large sound stage for filming many scenes throughout the film. 29 When recording the sound for the semi-trailer used in one of the film's final scenes, 18 microphones were used to record the engine, tires, and damage to the vehicle. 29 Post-production for the film only took 16 weeks, when it was more common for similar films to use 26 weeks. 29. A Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor of the FBI police used during filming. In order to prevent possible injuries and be in peak condition for the film, Willis worked out almost daily for several months prior to filming. 30 Willis was injured on January 24, 2007, during a fight scene, when he was kicked above his right eye by a stunt double for actress Maggie Q who was wearing stiletto heels. Willis described the event as no big deal, but when Len Wiseman inspected his injury, he noticed that the situation was much more serious than previously thought. In the DVD commentary, Wiseman indicates in inspecting the wound that he could see bone. Willis was hospitalized and received 7 stitches which ran through his right eyebrow and down into the corner of his eye. Due to the film's non-linear production schedule, these stitches can accidentally be seen in the scene where McClane first delivers Farrell to Bowman. 31. Throughout filming, between 200 and 250 stunt people were used. 29 Bruce Willis stunt double, Larry Rippencrow-Eager, was knocked unconscious when he fell 25 feet, 7.6 m, from a fire escape to the pavement. Rippencrow-Eager suffered broken bones in his face, several broken ribs, a punctured lung, and fractures in both wrists. Due to his injuries, production was temporarily shut down. Willis personally paid the hotel bills for Rippencrow-Eager's parents and visited him a number of times at the hospital. 32 Verification needed. Kevin Smith recalls rewriting scenes on the set of Live Free or Die Hard in his spoken word film Sold Out, a THRE evening with Kevin Smith. 5. Music. Main article, Live Free or Die Hard, soundtrack. The score for Live Free or Die Hard, composed by Marco Beltrami, conducted by Pete Anthony and performed by the Hollywood Studio Symphony, was released on July 2, 2007, by Varese Sarabande, which also released the soundtracks for the first 2 Die Hard films, several days after the United States release of the film. This was the first film not to be scored by Michael Kamen. Due to his death in 2003, Beltrami incorporates Kamen's thematic material into his score, but Kamen is not credited on the film or the album. Other songs in the film include Rock and Roll Queen by the Subways, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival, and I'm So Sick by Flyleaf. 33. Release. Rating. In the United States, the first 3 films in the Die Hard series were rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. Live Free or Die Hard, however, was edited to obtain a PG-13 rating. In some cases, alternate profanity-free dialogue was shot and used, or swearing was cut out in post-production to reduce profanity. Director Len Wiseman commented on the rating, saying it was about 3 months into its production, and I hadn't even heard that it was PG-13. But in the end, it was just trying to make the best Die Hard movie, not really thinking so much about what the rating would be. 22. Bruce Willis was upset with the studio's decision, stating, I really wanted this one to live up to the promise of the first one, which I always thought was the only really good one. That's a studio decision that is becoming more and more common, because they're trying to reach a broader audience. It seems almost a courageous move to give a picture an R rating these days. But we still made a pretty hardcore, smash-mouth film. 34. Willis said he thought that viewers unaware that it was not an R-rated film would not suspect so due to the level and intensity of the action as well as the usage of some profanity, although he admitted these elements were less intense than in the previous films. 35-36 He also said that this film was the best of the four. It's unbelievable. I just saw it last week. I personally think it's better than the first one. 37. In the United Kingdom, the British Board of Film Classification awarded the film a 15 rating, including the unrated version, released later, the same rating as Die Hard with a Vengeance and Die Hard 2, albeit both were cut for both theatrical and video release. The first film in the series originally received an 18 certificate. All films have been re-rated 15 uncut. Die Hard 4.0 was released with no cuts made and the cinema version, i.e. the US PG-13 version, Consumer Advice read that it contains frequent action violence and one use of strong language. 38 The unrated version was released on DVD as the Ultimate Action Edition with the Consumer Advice contains strong language and violence. 39. Home media. The Blu-ray and DVD were released on October 29, 2007, in the United Kingdom 40 on October 31 in Hungary 41 November 20 in the United States 42 and December 12 in Australia. The DVD topped rental and sales charts in its opening week of release in the US and Canada. 43-44 There is an unrated version, which retains much of the original R-rated dialogue, and a theatrical version of the film. However, the unrated version has a branching error clarification needed that resulted in one of the unrated changes being omitted. The film briefly switches to the PG-13 version in the airbag scene. McClane's strong language is missing from the sequence, although international DVD releases of the unrated version are unaffected. 45 The Blu-ray release features the PG-13 theatrical cut which runs at 128 minutes, while the collector's edition DVD includes both the unrated and theatrical versions. Time magazine's Richard Corliss named it one of the top 10 DVDs of 2007, ranking it at number 10. 46 In 2015, the movie was featured in the Die Hard, Nakatomi Plaza box set, which featured the unrated cut of the film on Blu-ray for the first time in the US. 47 Non-primary source needed in 2017, the movie was included in the Die Hard collection Blu-ray set with all 5 films in it. 48 Unlike the DVD, the Blu-ray does not contain the branching error during the airbag scene. The DVD for the film was the first to include a digital copy of the film which could be played on a PC or Mac computer and could also be imported into several models of portable video players. 49 Mike Dunn, a president for 20th Century Fox, stated the industry has sold nearly 12 billion DVDs to date, and the release of Live Free or Die Hard is the first one that allows consumers to move their content to other devices. 49. Reception. Box office. Live Free or Die Hard debuted at number 2, behind Ratatouille, at the US box office and made $9.1 million in its first day of release in 3,172 theaters, the best opening day take of any film in the Die Hard series, not taking inflation into account. 50-51 On its opening weekend Live Free or Die Hard made $33.3 million, $48.3 million counting Wednesday and Thursday. 52 The film made $134.5 million domestically, and $249.0 million overseas for a total of $383.5 million, making it the 12th highest grossing film of 2007. 1 As of 2022, it is the most successful film in the series. 53-50. Critical response. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 82% based on 209 reviews, and an average rating of 6.8/10. The site's critical consensus reads, Live Free or Die Hard may be preposterous, but it's an efficient, Action-packed summer popcorn flick with thrilling stunts and a commanding performance by Bruce Willis. Fans of the previous Die Hard films will not be disappointed. 54. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 69 out of 100, based on 34 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. 55 audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A+ to F scale. 56. IGN stated, like the recent Rocky Balboa, this new Die Hard works as both its own story about an over-the-hill but still vital hero and as a nostalgia trip for those who grew up with the original films. 57. On the television show Ebert and Roper, film critic Richard Roper and guest critic Catherine Tullich gave the film 2 thumbs up, with Roper stating that the film is not the best or most exciting Die Hard, but it is a lot of fun and that it is his favorite among the Die Hard sequels. Roper also remarked, Willis is in top form in his career-defining role. 58. Michael Medved gave the film 3.5 out of 4 stars, opining, a smart script and spectacular special effects make this the best Die Hard of them all. 59. Conversely, Lawrence Topman of the Charlotte Observer stated, I can safely say I've never seen anything as ridiculous as Live Free or Die Hard. Topman also wrote that the film had a lack of memorable villains and referred to John McClane as just a bald Terminator with better one-liners. 60. Walter Bruce Willis, born March 19, 1955, is a retired American actor. Widely recognized as a Hollywood icon of the action genre. He first achieved fame with a leading role on the comedy-drama series Moonlighting, 1985 to 1989, and has appeared in over 100 films, gaining widespread recognition as an action hero for his portrayal of John McClane in the Die Hard franchise, 1988 to 2013. 2-3. Willis's other credits include The Last Boy Scout, 1991, Pulp Fiction, 1994, 12 Monkeys, 1995, The Fifth Element, 1997, Armageddon, 1998, The Sixth Sense, 1999, Unbreakable, The Whole Nine Yards, both 2000, Tears of the Sun, 2003, Sin City, 2005, The Expendables, Red, both 2010, Looper, 2012, and Glass, 2019. In the last years of his career, he starred in many low-budget direct-to-video films, which were poorly received. Willis retired in 2022 due to aphasia, and was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in 2023. 4. As a singer, Willis released his debut album, The Return of Bruno, in 1987, followed by one more album in 1989. He made his Broadway debut in the stage adaptation of Misery in 2015. Willis has received various accolades throughout his career, including a Golden Globe Award, 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, and 2 People's Choice Awards. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2006. Films featuring Willis have grossed between $2.64 billion and $3.05 billion at North American box offices and was the 8th highest grossing leading actor in 2010. Early life and education. Walter Bruce Willis was born on March 19, 1955, in Idar Oberstein, West Germany. 5. His mother, Marlene 6, was from Kassel, Germany. 7. And his father, David Willis, 1929 to 2009, was an American soldier. 8. He has a younger sister, Florence, and 2 younger brothers, Robert, 1959 to 2001, and David. 9. After being discharged from the military in 1957, his father relocated the family to his hometown of Carneys Point, New Jersey. Willis has described his background as a long line of blue-collar people. 10. His mother worked in a bank and his father was a welder, master mechanic, and factory worker. 11. Willis spoke with a stutter. 10. He attended Penns Grove High School in Carneys Point Township, where his schoolmates nicknamed him Buck Buck. 12. 13. Willis joined the drama club, and found that acting on stage reduced his stutter. He was eventually elected student council president. He graduated from Penns Grove in 1973. 11. After graduating from high school, Willis worked as a security guard at the Salem Nuclear Power Plant 14 and transported crew members at the DuPont Chambers Works factory in Deepwater. 15. He turned to acting after working as a private investigator. 16. A role he would later play in the comedy-drama series Moonlighting and the action comedy film The Last Boy Scout. Willis enrolled in the drama program at Montclair State University. 17. Where he was cast in a production of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. He left the school in 1977, and moved to New York City where he was part of the NBC's Page program and worked for Saturday Night Live. 18. In the early 1980s he supported himself as a bartender at various night spots in Manhattan including Kamikaze, Cafe Central and Chelsea Central. 1920 while living in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood. 21. Career. 1980s, Moonlighting, Die Hard and Rise to Fame. Willis at the 61st Academy Awards in 1989. Willis was cast as David Addison Jr. in the television series Moonlighting, 1985 to 1989, competing against 3,000 other actors for the position. 22. His starring role in Moonlighting, opposite Sybil Shepherd, helped to establish him as a comedic actor. During the show's 5 seasons, he won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series and a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor, Television Series Musical or Comedy. 10. During the height of the show's success, beverage maker Seagram hired Willis as the pitchman for their Golden Wine Cooler products. 23. The advertising campaign paid Willis $5 to $7 million over 2 years. Willis chose not to renew his contract when he decided to stop drinking alcohol in 1988. 24. In 1987, Willis obtained his first lead role in the Blake Edwards film Blind Date, co-starring with Kim Basinger and John Larroquette. 10. Edwards cast him again to play the real-life cowboy actor Tom Mix in Sunset, 1988. The same year, he starred in an action role in Die Hard, 1988, as John McClane. 10. He performed most of his own stunts in the film 25 and the film grossed $138,708,852 worldwide. 26. Following his success with Die Hard, Willis had a leading role in the drama In Country as Vietnam veteran Emmett Smith and also provided the voice for a talking baby in Look Who's Talking, 1989, and the sequel Look Who's Talking 2, 1990. 27-28. In the late 1980s, Willis enjoyed moderate success as a recording artist, recording an album of pop blues, The Return of Bruno, credited to Willis's fictional alter ego, Bruno Rodolini, supposedly an influential blues musician. The album included the hit single Respect Yourself using the Pointer Sisters as guest vocalists. 29. The LP was promoted by a mockumentary featuring scenes of Bruno performing at famous events including Woodstock. Willis released a version of the Drifters song Under the Boardwalk as a second single. It reached number 2 on the UK singles chart, but was less successful in the US. Willis returned to the recording studio several times. 30. 1990s, Die Hard sequels, Pulp Fiction, and dramatic roles. Having acquired major personal success and pop culture influence playing John McClane in Die Hard, Willis reprised his role in the sequels Die Hard 2, 1990, and Die Hard with a Vengeance, 1995. 10. These first 3 installments in the Die Hard series grossed over $700 million internationally. 31. And propelled Willis to the first rank of Hollywood action stars. Citation needed. At one point, Die Hard 2 and Ghost, starring Willis's then wife Demi Moore, would occupy the number 1 and number 2 spots at the box office, a feat that would not be accomplished again for a married Hollywood couple until 2024. 32-33. In the early 1990s, Willis's career suffered a moderate slump, as he starred in flops such as The Bonfire of the Vanities, 1990, and Hudson Hawk, 1991, although he did find box office success with The Last Boy Scout, 1991. He gained more success with Striking Distance, 1993, but flopped again with Color of Night, 1994. It was savaged by critics but did well in the home video market and became one of the top 20 most rented films in the United States in 1995. 34. Maxim also ranked his sex scene in the film as the best in film history. 35. In 1994, Willis also had a leading role in one part of Quentin Tarantino's acclaimed Pulp Fiction 10. The film's success gave a boost to his career, and he starred alongside his Look Who's Talking co-star John Travolta. 36. In 1996, he was the executive producer and star of the cartoon Bruno the Kid, which featured a CGI representation of himself. That same year, he starred in Mike Judge's animated film Beavis and Butt-Head Do America with his then-wife Demi Moore. In the movie, he plays a drunken criminal named Muddy Grimes, who mistakenly sends Judge's titular characters to kill his wife, Dallas, voiced by Moore. He then played the lead roles in 12 Monkeys, 1995, The Fifth Element, 1997, and The Jackal, 1997, the latter of which was a box office success despite negative reviews. These were followed by Mercury Rising, 1998, and Breakfast of Champions, 1999, which were also poorly reviewed. In 1998, his voice and likeness were featured in the PlayStation video game Apocalypse. 37. Willis was involved in Broadway Brawler as both producer and lead actor. That production failed, and as compensation he was contracted for 3 films, Armageddon, The Sixth Sense and Disney's The Kid. Both Armageddon and The Sixth Sense were critical and commercial successes, with the former being the highest-grossing film of 1998 worldwide. 1038-39. 2000s. Willis in 2002 after being named Hasty Pudding Theatricals Man of the Year. Willis in June 2007 in the premiere of Live Free or Die Hard. In 2000, Willis won an Emmy for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series for his work on Friends, in which he played the father of Ross Geller's much younger girlfriend. 41. He was also nominated for a 2001 American Comedy Award, in the Funniest Male Guest Appearance in a TV Series category, for his work on Friends. Also in 2000, Willis played Jimmy the Tulip Tutski in The Whole 9 Yards alongside Friends star Matthew Perry 42 and Russ Duritz in Disney's The Kid opposite Emily Mortimer. 43. Willis was originally cast as Terry Benedict in Ocean's 11, 2001, but dropped out to work on recording an album. 44. In the sequel, Ocean's 12, 2004, he makes a cameo appearance as himself. In 2005, he appeared in the film adaptation of Sin City. In 2006, he lent his voice as RJ the Raccoon in Over the Hedge. In 2007, he appeared in the Planet Terror half of the double feature Grindhouse as the villain, a mutant soldier. This marked Willis's second collaboration with the director Robert Rodriguez, following Sin City. Willis appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman several times throughout his career. He filled in for an ill David Letterman on his show on February 26, 2003, when he was supposed to be a guest. 45. On many of his appearances on the show, Willis staged elaborate jokes, such as wearing a day-glow orange suit in honor of the Central Park gates, having one side of his face made up with simulated birdshot wounds after the Harry Whittington shooting, or trying to break a record, a parody of David Blaine, of staying underwater for only 20 seconds. On April 12, 2007, he appeared again, this time wearing a Sanjay Malakar wig. 46. On his June 25, 2007, appearance, he wore a mini wind turbine on his head to accompany a joke about his own fictional documentary titled An Unappealing Hunch, a wordplay on an inconvenient truth. 47. Willis also appeared in Japanese Subaru Legacy television commercials. 48. Tying in with this, Subaru did a limited run of Legacies, badged Subaru Legacy Touring Bruce, in honor of Willis. Willis has appeared in 5 films with Samuel L. Jackson, 1993's National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, 1994's Pulp Fiction, 1995's Die Hard with a Vengeance, 2000's Unbreakable, and 2019's Glass, and both actors were slated to work together in Blackwater Transit, before dropping out. Willis also worked with his eldest daughter, Rumer, in the 2005 film Hostage. In 2006, he appeared in the crime/drama film Alpha Dog, opposite Sharon Stone. In 2007, he appeared in the thriller Perfect Stranger, opposite Halle Berry, and reprised his role as John McClane in Live Free or Die Hard. Subsequently, he appeared in the films What Just Happened, 2008, and Surrogates, 2009, based on the comic book of the same name. 49. Willis was slated to play U.S. Army General William R. Pierce in director Oliver Stone's Pinkville, a drama about the investigation of the 1968 My Lai massacre. 50. However, due to the 2007 Writers Guild of America strike, the film was cancelled. Willis appeared on the 2008 Blues Traveler album North Hollywood Shootout, giving a spoken word performance over an instrumental blues rock jam on the track Free Willis, Ruminations from Behind Uncle Bob's Machine Shop. In early 2009, he appeared in an advertising campaign to publicize the insurance company Norwich Union's change of name to Aviva. 51. 2010s. Willis in 2010 with The Expendables co-star Sylvester Stallone. As of 2010, Willis was the 8th highest grossing actor in a leading role and 12th highest including supporting roles. 52-53 Willis starred with Tracy Morgan in the 2010 comedy Cop Out, directed by Kevin Smith, about two police detectives investigating the theft of a baseball card. 54 Willis appeared in the music video for the song Stylo by Gorillaz. 55 Also in 2010, he appeared in a cameo with the former Planet Hollywood co-owners and 80s action stars Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film The Expendables. Willis played the role of CIA agent Mr. Church. It was the first time the three action stars had appeared on screen together. Although the scene featuring the three was short, it was one of the most highly anticipated scenes in the film. The trio filmed their scene in an empty church on October 24, 2009. 56 Willis next starred in Red, an adaptation of the comic book miniseries of the same name, in which he portrayed Frank Moses. The film was released on October 15, 2010. 57. Willis starred alongside Bill Murray, Edward Norton, and Frances McDormand in Moonrise Kingdom, 2012. Filming took place in Rhode Island under the direction of Wes Anderson, in 2011. 58 Willis returned, in an expanded role, in The Expendables 2, 2012. 59 He appeared alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the sci-fi action film Looper, 2012, as the older version of Gordon-Levitt's character, Joe. Willis teamed up with 50 Cent in a film directed by David Barrett called Fire with Fire, starring opposite Josh Duhamel and Rosario Dawson, about a fireman who must save the love of his life. 60 Willis also joined Vince Vaughn and Catherine Zeta-Jones in Lay the Favorite, directed by Stephen Frears, about a Las Vegas cocktail waitress who becomes an elite professional gambler. 61 The two films were distributed by Lionsgate Entertainment. Willis reprised his most famous role, John McClane, for a fifth time, starring in A Good Day to Die Hard, which was released on February 14, 2013. 62 In an interview, Willis said, "I have a warm spot in my heart for Die Hard. It's just the sheer novelty of being able to play the same character over 25 years and still be asked back is fun. It's much more challenging to have to do a film again and try to compete with myself, which is what I do in Die Hard. I try to improve my work every time." 63. That same year, Willis reprised his role as Frank Moses in Red 2. 64. On October 12, 2013, Willis hosted Saturday Night Live with Katy Perry as a musical guest. 65 In 2015, Willis made his Broadway debut in William Goldman's adaptation of Stephen King's novel Misery opposite Laurie Metcalf at the Broadhurst Theatre. His performance was generally panned by critics, who called it vacant and inert. 66 Willis was the subject of a roast by Comedy Central in a program broadcast on July 29, 2018. 67 Willis played himself in a cameo in the 2019 film The Lego Movie 2, the second part. 68. 2020s, critical decline, health problems, and retirement. In the final years of his career, Willis starred in many low-budget independent thrillers and science fiction films. 69 He worked primarily with the production companies Emmett/Furlaw Oasis, which produced 20 films starring Willis, and 308 Entertainment Inc. 70 Most of the films were released direct-to-video and were widely panned. 69 The Golden Raspberry Awards, an annual award for the year's worst films and performances, created a dedicated category, the worst Bruce Willis performance in a 2021 movie, for Willis's roles in 8 films released that year. 71 Chris Nashawati of Esquire described the direct-to-video films as a profitable safe harbor for older actors, similar to The Expendables. 69 Willis would often earn $2 million for 2 days' work, with an average of 15 minutes screen time per film. 72 He nonetheless featured heavily in the film's promotional materials, earning them the derogatory nickname Geezer Teasers. 73-74 Those working on the films later said Willis appeared confused, did not understand why he was there and had to be fed lines through an earpiece. 70 days before Willis was scheduled to arrive on set for Out of Death, 2021, the screenwriter, Bill Lawrence, was instructed to reduce his role and abbreviate his dialogue. The director, Mike Burns, was told to complete all of Willis's scenes in a single day of filming. 70. On March 30, 2022, Willis's family announced that he was retiring because he had been diagnosed with aphasia, a disorder typically caused by damage to the area of the brain that controls language expression and comprehension. 75-76 The Golden Raspberry Awards retracted its Willis category, deeming it inappropriate to give a Razzie to someone whose performance was affected by a medical condition. 77 At the time of his retirement, Willis had completed 11 films awaiting release. 75-78-79 Business activities. Willis owns houses in Los Angeles and Penns Grove, New Jersey. He also rents apartments at Trump Tower 80 and in Riverside South, Manhattan. 81 In 2000, Willis and his business partner Arnold Ripkin started a motion picture production company called Cheyenne Enterprises. He left the company to be run solely by Ripkin in 2007 after Live Free or Die Hard. 82 He also owns several small businesses in Haley, Idaho, including the Mint Bar and the Liberty Theater, and was one of the first promoters of Planet Hollywood, with actors Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. 83 Willis and the other actors were paid for their appearances and endorsements through an employee stock ownership plan. 84 In 2009, Willis signed a contract to become the international face of Belvedere S.A. Sobieski Vodka in exchange for 3.3% ownership in the company. 85 In 2018, Willis became the brand ambassador of the Hungarian brand Hell energy drink. 86-87 Personal life. Willis in June 2006. Willis's acting role models are Gary Cooper, Robert De Niro, Steve McQueen, and John Wayne. 88 He is left-handed. 89 He resides in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles with his family. 90 On November 21, 1987, Willis married Demi Moore at the Golden Nugget, Las Vegas. 91 On December 20th, the couple held a second reception for about 450 guests on a soundstage at Warner Brothers Studios Burbank. 92 They have 3 daughters, Rumor, B. 1988, 93 Scout, B. 1991, 94 and Tallulah, B. 1994. 95 Willis and Moore announced their separation on June 24, 1998. 96 They filed for divorce on October 18, 2097, and the divorce was finalized later that day. 98-99 Regarding the divorce, Willis stated, "I felt I had failed as a father and a husband by not being able to make it work." He credited actor Will Smith for helping him cope with the situation. 23 He has maintained a close friendship with both Moore and her subsequent husband, actor Ashton Kutcher, and attended their wedding. 100. Willis was engaged to actress Brooke Burns until they broke up in 2004 after 10 months together. 22 He married model Emma Hemming in Turks and Caicos on March 21, 2009. 101 guests included his 3 daughters, as well as Moore and Kutcher. The ceremony was not legally binding, so the couple wed again in a civil ceremony in Beverly Hills 6 days later. The couple has 2 daughters, one born in 2012 102 and another born in 2014. 103. In August 2025, Emma revealed that she and Willis were now living in separate homes. 104. 105 Emma said that this was due to Willis' declining health, with his new, separate one-story home being better suited to accommodate his progressing frontotemporal dementia. 105. 104. Health. On February 16, 2023, Willis's family announced that he had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. 106 According to Greg Day, a neurologist at the Mayo Clinic's Florida campus, the symptoms include difficulties with language and comprehension, and misinterpretation of instructions. 107 In a statement, the family said that Willis's condition had progressed and that challenges with communication are just one symptom of the disease. 108 They expressed hope that media attention on Willis would raise awareness about the disease. 109 Emma Willis's memoir The Unexpected Journey, which focuses on her experience as her husband's caregiver, was published in September 2025. 110. As his condition progressed, Willis was moved to a separate, one-story home containing an on-site team providing full-time support. In an August 2025 interview, Emma described the decision as made to prioritize the needs of their 2 daughters, and said that she believed Willis would have made the choice if he could. She said the family visits Willis a lot for meals and to spend other time together. 104. Military interests. Willis meeting Brigadier General Albert Bryant Jr. and deployed soldiers from the 4th Infantry Division, in Tikrit, Iraq, during his USO tour in September 2003. Throughout his film career, Willis has depicted several military characters in films such as In Country, The Siege, Heart's War, Tears of the Sun, Grindhouse, and G.I. Joe, Retaliation. Willis grew up in a military family. Willis has donated Girl Scout cookies to the United States Armed Forces. In 2002, Willis's then 8-year-old daughter, Tallulah, suggested that he purchase Girl Scout cookies to send to troops. Willis purchased 12,000 boxes of cookies, and they were distributed to sailors aboard USS John F. Kennedy and other troops stationed throughout the Middle East at the time. 111. In 2003, Willis visited Iraq as part of the USO tour, singing to the troops with his band, The Accelerators. 112 Willis considered joining the military to help fight the Second Iraq War, but was deterred by his age. 113 It was believed he offered $1 million to any non-combatant who turned in terrorist leaders Osama bin Laden, Ayman al-Zawahiri, or Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, in the June 2007 issue of Vanity Fair. However, he clarified that the statement was made hypothetically and not meant to be taken literally. Willis has also criticized the media for its coverage of the war, complaining that the press was more likely to focus on the negative aspects of the war. I went to Iraq because what I saw when I was over there was soldiers, young kids for the most part, helping people in Iraq, helping getting the power turned back on, helping get hospitals open, helping get the water turned back on, and you don't hear any of that on the news. You hear, X number of people were killed today, which I think does a huge disservice. It's like spitting on these young men and women who are over there fighting to help this country. 114. Religious beliefs. Willis was a Lutheran 115 but says he no longer practices. In a July 1998 interview with George magazine, he said, "Organized religions in general, in my opinion, are dying forms. They were all very important when we didn't know why the sun moved, why weather changed, why hurricanes occurred, or volcanoes happened. Modern religion is the end trail of modern mythology. But there are people who interpret the Bible literally. Literally. I choose not to believe that's the way. And that's what makes America cool, you know." 116. When asked by a Hollywood.TV reporter how he stays grounded in Hollywood, Willis said, "I just thank God every day for everything great that's come my way." 117. Political views. In 1988, Willis and then-wife Demi Moore campaigned for then-Democratic Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis's presidential campaign in the 1988 presidential elections. In the 1992 presidential election, however, he supported President George H.W. Bush for re-election and was an outspoken critic of Bill Clinton. In 1996, he declined to endorse Clinton's Republican opponent Bob Dole because Dole criticized Demi Moore for her role in the film Striptease. 118. Willis was an invited speaker at the 2000 Republican National Convention 119 and supported George W. Bush that year. 23. In 2006, Willis said that the United States should intervene more extensively in Colombia to end drug trafficking from that nation. 120. In several interviews, Willis has said that he supports increased salaries for teachers and police officers, and that he is disappointed in the United States foster care system and its treatment of Native Americans. 118. 121. Willis has supported gun rights, saying, "Everyone has a right to bear arms. If you take guns away from legal gun owners, then the only people who have guns are the bad guys." 122. In February 2006, when Willis was in Manhattan to promote his film 16 Blocks, he was asked his opinion on the Bush administration. Willis responded, "I'm sick of answering this fucking question. I'm a Republican only as far as I want a smaller government. I want less government intrusion. I want them to stop shitting on my money and your money and tax dollars that we give 50% of every year. I want them to be fiscally responsible, and I want these goddamn lobbyists out of Washington. Do that and I'll say I'm a Republican. I hate the government, okay. I'm apolitical. Write that down. I'm not a Republican." 123. Willis did not make any contributions or public endorsements in the 2008 presidential campaign. In several June 2007 interviews, he said that he maintains some beliefs aligned with Republican ideas. 23. On August 17, 2006, Willis was named in a Los Angeles Times advertisement that condemned Hamas and Hezbollah and supported Israel in the 2006 Israel-Lebanon War. 124. In the 2012 presidential election, Willis said that he had a negative opinion of Mitt Romney. 125. Acting credits and accolades. Main articles: Bruce Willis filmography and list of awards and nominations received by Bruce Willis. Willis's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Willis's hands and footprints at Grauman's Chinese Theater. Willis has won a variety of awards and has received various honors throughout his career in television and film. 1987, Golden Apple Awards honored with the Sour Apple. 126. 1994, Maxim magazine ranked his sex scene in Color of Night the #1 sex scene in film history. 35. 2000, American Cinematheque Gala Tribute honored Willis with the American Cinematheque Award for an extraordinary artist in the entertainment industry who is fully engaged in his or her work and is committed to making a significant contribution to the art of the motion pictures. 2002, the Hasty Pudding Man of the Year award from Harvard's Hasty Pudding Theatricals, given to performers who give a lasting and impressive contribution to the world of entertainment. 127. 2002, appointed as national spokesman for children in foster care by President George W. Bush. 128. Willis wrote online, "I saw foster care as a way for me to serve my country in a system by which shining a little bit of light could benefit a great deal by helping kids who were literally wards of the government." 129. 2005, Golden Camera Award for Best International Actor by the Manaki Brothers Film Festival. 130. 2006, honored by French government for his contributions to the film industry, appointed an officer of the French Order of Arts and Letters in a ceremony in Paris. The French Prime Minister stated, "This is France's way of paying tribute to an actor who epitomizes the strength of American cinema, the power of the emotions that he invites us to share on the world's screens, and the sturdy personalities of his legendary characters." 131. 2006, honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on October 16, located at 6915 Hollywood Boulevard, and it was the 2321st star awarded in its history. At the reception, he stated, "I used to come down here and look at these stars and I could never quite figure out what you were supposed to do to get one. Time has passed and now here I am doing this, and I'm still excited. I'm still excited to be an actor." 132. 2011, inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame. 16. 2013, promoted to the dignity of Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters on February 11 by French Minister of Culture Aurélie Filippetti. Long is known for his film roles, particularly in comedy and horror films. For his extensive work in horror cinema, he has come to be recognized as a Scream King. He notably appears in the films Galaxy Quest, 1999, Jeepers Creepers, 2001, Dodgeball, 2004, Herbie, Fully Loaded, 2005, Accepted, 2006, Idiocracy, 2006, Dreamland, 2006, Live Free or Die Hard, 2007, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, 2008, Drag Me to Hell, 2009, He's Just Not That Into You, 2009, Alpha and Omega, 2010, Best Man Down, 2013, Tusk, 2014, The Wave, 2019, and Barbarian, 2022, as well as voicing Alvin Seville in the live-action Alvin and the Chipmunks film series. He is also known for his television appearances as Warren Cheswick in the NBC comedy drama series Ed, 2000 to 2004, Kevin Murphy in the Netflix original animated sitcom F is for Family, 2015 to 2021, and Nathan Bratt in the Disney Plus series Goosebumps, 2023, for which he was nominated for the Children's and Family Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Performer. 3. He appeared with John Hodgman in TV commercials for Apple's Get a Mac campaign, 2006 to 2009, and as himself in Intel's Go PC campaign. 4-5. Early life. Long was born Justin Jacob Long on June 2, 1978, the second of three boys in Fairfield, Connecticut, to R. James Long, a philosophy and Latin professor at Fairfield University, and Wendy Lesniak 6'7", a former actress who has mostly appeared on stage. 8. His paternal grandmother was of Sicilian descent. 9. Long had a kind of conservative Catholic upbringing. 10. His older brother, Damien, is a local stage actor and teacher at Weston High School in Weston, Connecticut. 11. His younger brother, Christian, is also an actor as well as a director. 12-13 Long attended Fairfield College Preparatory School, a Jesuit institution, and Vassar College, where he was a member of the sketch comedy group Laughingstock and starred in several plays, including Butterflies Are Free. 14. Career. Long at the 2007 Toronto International Film Festival. Long's film credits include Idiocracy, Waiting, Jeepers Creepers, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, The Breakup, Crossroads, Galaxy Quest, Dreamland and Live Free or Die Hard. He was also a regular on the NBC TV series Ed, 2000-04, as socially awkward Warren P. Cheswick. He was offered the opportunity to replace Steve Burns on Blue's Clues after he left the show, but ultimately declined. 15. He was the voice of Alvin in Alvin and the Chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeak Tool, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Chipwrecked, and Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip. 16. He also played the main character in the comedy film Accepted, 2006. Long made a guest appearance in the documentary, Wild West Comedy Show, 2006. In 2007, he co-starred with Bruce Willis as a white hat hacker in Live Free or Die Hard 17 and had a role in the comedy The Sasquatch Gang. Long is known for his depiction of a Mac in Apple's Get a Mac campaign. The campaign featured commercials in which Long as a Mac and John Hodgman as a PC engaged in playful banter about the strengths of the Mac platform and weaknesses of the PC platform. 18. Long also had a small role in the comedy film Zack and Miri Make a Porno, 2008, as Brandon St. Randy, a gay porn star. In 2009, he starred in He's Just Not That Into You with co-star Ginnifer Goodwin and After Life opposite Liam Neeson and Christina Ricci. He also provided the voice of Humphrey in Alpha and Omega, 2010, starring with Hayden Panettiere. Also in 2010, he starred in the comedy film Going the Distance with Drew Barrymore. He was cast as a one-armed Civil War veteran in Robert Redford's The Conspirator. 19. Long recorded the audiobook version of Judy Blume's Then Again, Maybe I Won't and Stephen King's Everything's Eventual. From July 7 to 18, 2010, he appeared in a production of Samuel J.N.K. at the Williamstown Theatre Festival. 20. On August 16, 2010, he co-hosted WWE Raw with Going the Distance co-stars Charlie Day and Jason Sudeikis at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. 21. In 2014, he starred in the independent love drama Comet, which he and his co-star, Emmy Rossum, also produced. That same year, he starred in the Kevin Smith body horror dark comedy film Tusk, about a man's lifelong fascination with walruses and extreme, fetishized body modification and cosmetic surgery. Also in 2014, Long appeared in a few skits on Inside Amy Schumer. In April 2019, he started the podcast Life is Short with Justin Long. Its introductory episode aired through Wondery on May 13, 2019. His first guest was actor Neil Patrick Harris. 22. 23. 24. On June 24, 2019, Long, along with an ensemble cast, presented The Investigation, A Search for the Truth in 10 Acts, a dramatic reading of Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller II's report on the investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Long portrayed former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation James Comey. 25. In 2020, he appeared in the reality television series Celebrity Watch Party alongside his younger brother Christian Long. 26. He appeared in commercials for Intel's Go PC campaign. 4-5. In July 2024, he was confirmed to direct and write a segment for V/H/S/Beyond, which was released exclusively on Shudder on October 4, 2024. 27. Personal life. Long had a relationship with Drew Barrymore 28 that was on and off between 2007 and 2010. 29. He also dated Amanda Seyfried from 2013 to 2015. 30-31. During an episode of the podcast Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, Long revealed that he was the victim of a drugging and abduction during the filming of Youth in Revolt while in Michigan. According to Long, after an evening of drinking, he left with several local people who offered him marijuana that he believed was actually phencyclidine, more commonly known as PCP. After getting him severely intoxicated, these people took him to various locations against his will and refused to return him to his hotel. 32. According to Long, they made reference to filming him while high on hard drugs and selling the footage to TMZ or another website dedicated to celebrity gossip. Long was so concerned that he eventually escaped by leaping from the moving vehicle. He said he has faced lingering nerve damage in his leg due to the injuries he sustained in the escape. 33. In January 2022, it was reported that Long was dating actress Kate Bosworth. 34. In April 2023, the couple announced their engagement. 35. During an episode of his Life is Short podcast in May 2023, Long referred to Bosworth as his now wife. 36. On July 18, 2025, Long and Bosworth welcomed their first child, a daughter. 37. Political views. Long is a Democrat. He supported Barack Obama during the 2012 U.S. presidential election and was an outspoken critic of the Republican nominee Mitt Romney, describing him as a modern-day Gordon Gekko. Long endorsed Senator Bernie Sanders for president in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. 38. He endorsed Sanders again in the 2020 Democratic primary, has been seen at Sanders rallies, and has appeared on the campaign trail as a surrogate. Timothy David Olyphant, /LFNT/OLIHFNT1 born May 20, 1968, is an American actor. He made his acting debut in an off-Broadway theater in 1995 in The Monogamist, winning the Theatre World Award for his performance. Olyphant then originated David Sedaris' The Santalon Diaries in 1996. He then branched out to film. In the early years of his career, he was often cast in supporting villainous roles, most notably in Scream 2, 1997, Go, 1999, Gone in 60 Seconds and The Broken Hearts Club, 2000, A Man Apart, 2003, and The Girl Next Door, 2004. Oliphant came to the attention of a wider audience with his portrayal of Sheriff Seth Bullock in HBO's Western Deadwood, 2004 to 2006, later reprising the role in Deadwood, the movie, 2019. He had starring roles in films such as Catch and Release, 2006, Hitman, 2007, A Perfect Getaway, 2009, and The Crazies, 2010. He also played the main antagonist, Thomas Gabriel, in Live Free or Die Hard, 2007. Olyphant was a recurring guest star in Season 2 of the FX legal thriller Damages, 2009. From 2010 to 2015, Olyphant starred as Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens in FX's modern-day Kentucky Southern Gothic Justified, a performance for which he was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series in 2011. Since the end of Justified, Olyphant has starred in films such as Mother's Day, 2016, Snowden, 2016, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019, and Amsterdam, 2022. He has also had notable guest appearances in numerous television sitcoms including The Office, 2010, The Mindy Project, 2013, and The Grinder, 2015 to 2016, for which he won a Critics' Choice Award. He also starred in the Netflix comedy series Santa Clarita Diet, 2017 to 2019. In 2020, he played himself in a brief cameo, parodying his Justified character, in the NBC award-winning show The Good Place. In the same year, he guest starred in Season 10 of Curb Your Enthusiasm, as well as in the 4th season of Fargo and the 2nd season of The Mandalorian in the episode Chapter 9, The Marshal as Cobb Vanth, a role he later reprised in the Book of Boba Fett. Olyphant returned to the role of Raylan Givens in the 2023 miniseries Justified, City Primeval. In 2025, he starred in the FX series Alien, Earth. Early life. Born May 20, 1968 in Honolulu, Hawaii, Olyphant moved to Modesto, California, at the age of 2. 3. His parents are Catherine, née Gideon, Olyphant and John Vernon Bevan Olyphant, a wine executive. 4, 5, 6 He has an older brother, Andrew, and a younger brother, Matthew. 7 His parents divorced when he was a teenager, both remarried. 8, 9, 10 Olyphant is a descendant of the Vanderbilt family of New York. His paternal fourth great-grandfather was family patriarch Cornelius Vanderbilt. 11 The surname Olyphant is of Scottish origin. 3 His third great-grandfather, David Olyphant, and great-great-grandfather, Robert Morrison Olyphant, were both prominent businessmen. 12, 13, 14 Olyphant attended Modesto's Fred C. Bayer High School. 15 Growing up, he was embarrassed by the idea of acting, but enjoyed art and drawing. 16, 17 He swam competitively throughout his childhood and was a finalist at the 1986 Nationals, in the 200-meter individual medley. 18, 19 He was then recruited to the University of Southern California by USC Trojans swimming coach Peter Daland. 2021 When Olyphant first visited the campus as part of a recruitment trip, he hoped to study architecture but was told it would be unmanageable with his training schedule. 16, 22, 23 Instead, he opted to earn a Bachelor of Fine Arts. 3 However, Olyphant left university one elective shy of a degree. He returned to finish the degree 30 years later, taking an online course during the COVID-19 pandemic. 24 In 1990, he planned to finish his degree and apply for a master's degree in fine arts and half-heartedly considered a career in commercial art. 1725 While working as a swimming coach at Irvine Novaquatics 2627 Olyphant decided to move to New York to explore other options. 22 He initially performed stand-up comedy. I dabbled before and then there was a 6-month period where I did it with a certain commitment. Then I'd occasionally go back. 17, 25, 28, 29 Ultimately, he decided to become an actor. In his final year of college, he had taken an acting class as an elective at UC Irvine and found it really enjoyable. 3:30 He completed a 2-year acting program at New York's William Esper Studio and began auditioning for roles. 31, 32, 33 Career 1995 to 2003, early supporting roles. Olyphant's first paid acting job was in a 1995 WB television pilot based on 77 Sunset Strip. Phyllis Huffman cast him in the role but he did not have an opportunity to meet the show's producer, Clint Eastwood, who quit days before filming began. 34-35 Later that year, he made his professional off-Broadway debut in the Playwrights Horizons production of The Monogamist 36-37 and received the Theatre World Award for Outstanding Debut Performance. 38 He starred in the world premiere of The St. Allen Diaries, 1996, at the Atlantic Theatre Company, a one-man play based on David Sedaris' essay about working as a Macy's department store Christmas elf. 39 Ben Brantley of the New York Times felt the charming Olyphant did a wonderful job when imitating other characters but had a harder time finding a convincing style for the running narrative. 40 Howard Kissel of the New York Daily News remarked that he delivered all the drollery with a perfect deadpan and a twinkle. 41 While David Patrick Stearns of USA Today described him as an excellent young actor who successfully projects the world weariness of a young 20-something who slowly evolves into somebody who just might believe in Christmas. 42 Olyphant made his feature film debut in The First Wives Club, 1996, as an eager young director who attempts to cast Elise Elliott, Goldie Hawn, who thinks she will be playing the leading lady, in the role of the elderly mother. 43 Airing on the same day of that film's release, he made his television debut in the pilot of the CBS spy series Mr. and Mrs. Smith. 44-45 In 1997, Olyphant made a guest appearance as Officer Brett Faraday in 3 episodes of the ABC police drama High Incident 46 and returned to New York's Playwrights Horizons to play a supporting role in Plunge. 47 He also had minor roles in the romantic comedy A Life Less Ordinary 48 and the CBS television film Ellen Foster. 49 Olyphant's most high-profile role of 1997 was as a film student later revealed as one of the killers in the successful horror film Scream 2, bringing a degree of wild-eyed flair to the role, according to HitFix's Chris Egerton. 50-51 He later described the role as a gift. I had virtually nothing on my resume at that point. I'm sure some of it was made up. 51. Olyphant returned to television in 1998 for a guest starring role in an episode of the HBO sitcom Sex and the City, playing a love interest for Carrie Bradshaw. Sarah Jessica Parker later said the episode, Valley of the 20-something Guys, was her favorite of the series. 52 Also that year, he had supporting roles in the HBO war film When Trumpets Fade 53 and the independent ensemble drama 1999. 54-55 Two little scene films were released in 1999, the drama Advice from a Caterpillar, in which Olyphant played the bisexual love interest of Cynthia Nixon's character 56-57 and the offbeat ensemble comedy No Vacancy, in which he starred with Christina Ricci. 58 Olyphant received positive notices for portraying a drug dealer in the cult comedy Go, 1999. 632-59 Janet Maslin of the New York Times noted that the role was played with offbeat flair 60-61 while Todd McCarthy of Variety described it as a deftly etched performance. 62 He was set to star in the fantasy film Practical Magic, but he was replaced by Aidan Quinn. 63-64 After Olyphant's performance in Go, the film's producer Mickey Liddell offered him his choice of parts in his next project The Broken Hearts Club, 2000, a romantic comedy about a group of gay friends living in West Hollywood. 65-66-67 The Village Voice's Dennis Lim commented that his leading performance was better than the film deserved. Olyphant is charismatic enough for his worst lines not to stick. 68. However, Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle felt he played the part like a straight actor gaying it up. 69 Olyphant played a detective in the successful action film Gone in 60 Seconds, 2000, and joked in an interview about the challenges of playing second fiddle to a car 4370 His performance reminded the Washington Post's Stephen Hunter of a young Bill Paxton. 71. Olyphant was offered a starring role for a character called Dominic Toretto in another car film called Redline, that would later be retitled The Fast and the Furious. According to Sony producer Neil H. Moritz, the studio said, "If you can get Timothy Olyphant to play that role we will greenlight the movie." Olyphant declined the role, which went to Vin Diesel. The film went on to be a massive success with 9 sequels to date. 72 Olyphant later discussed passing on a lot of roles earlier in his career. In 2011, when asked by The Hollywood Reporter what was the most absurd project he had ever been pitched, he replied, "I've passed on absurd projects and they have become enormous hits spawning numerous sequels, and I'm not in them." 73. In 2018, he reflected on passing on the role of Toretto in The Fast and the Furious, thinking it would be stupid and would bomb at the box office. 74. Olyphant also had supporting roles in the musical comedy Rockstar 35, the crime drama Ogie Rose 75-76 and the romantic comedy Head Over Heels, all 2001. He starred in the short film Doppelganger, 2001, 77 and appeared in an episode of the Sci-Fi Channel horror series Night Visions, 2002. 78. The independent drama Coastlines made its debut at the 2002 South by Southwest Festival, but failed to find a distributor until 2006. 79-80 Olyphant starred opposite Josh Brolin as an ex-con who returns to his Florida hometown to collect a $200,000 debt. Kevin Crust of the Los Angeles Times wrote that he possesses the kind of 1,000-yard stare that suggests something deeper going on. 81 While Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly remarked that Olyphant, in the sort of role that Paul Newman used to swagger through, has a star's easy command. 82. However, Todd McCarthy of Variety felt his performance sort of floats along. 83. Olyphant's most high-profile role of 2003 was in A Man Apart, an action film starring Vin Diesel. Desson Howe of the Washington Post remarked that Olyphant gets a kudo or two for having the good sense to realize he's playing one of the movie's many one-dimensional characters, so he might as well have insane fun. 84 Similarly, Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle noted that the most lively character in A Man Apart turns out to be a middling drug dealer played to the hilt by Timothy Olyphant. 85. He appeared in the film adaptation of Stephen King's horror novel Dreamcatcher as one of 4 friends attacked by parasitic aliens. 86, 87, 88. The film was poorly reviewed, with David Rooney of Variety remarking, "Only Lee and Olyphant come close to hitting the right note of tongue-in-cheek humor that might have made all this palatable. Unfortunately, they're the first to go." 89. Also in 2003, he appeared in the independent ensemble drama The Safety of Objects. 65, 90, 91. Olyphant received widespread praise for his 2004 performance as a porn film producer in the comedy The Girl Next Door. 92, 93, 94. He was initially reluctant to audition for the part, feeling it was too similar to some of his previous roles, but, as my manager dutifully reminded me, not many people saw those movies. 70. Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle described the character of Kelly as a leering, magnetic, frightening, glad-handing, easily amused, hypersensitive, utterly deceitful, maddeningly likable wild man. When Olyphant is on screen, there's the feeling that things might go anywhere. 95. A.O. Scott of the New York Times remarked that the part was played with a throwaway inventiveness. 96. While Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times felt it was played with wonderful comic zest. 97. David Adelstein of Slate enjoyed his spaced-out volatility. Olyphant's Kelly is a brilliant synthesis of poses. 98. Joe Layton of Variety said he strikes an impressively deft balance of hearty amiability and understated menace in his scene-stealing turn. 99. In a 2015 interview, Olyphant reflected on the early stages of his film career, and not getting the leading roles that would have possibly led to major fame. "I got great opportunities right off the bat. And at the same time I either passed or failed to get things that would have made things ridiculously quick. I passed on enormous opportunities only to end up playing the supporting role in the next film. And then I'd think to myself, what the fuck am I doing? Why did I do that? But sometimes I feel like I got away with some things, because I've been able to work for a long time and I haven't had to deal with any kind of fame issues." 100. 2004 to 2009, Deadwood and leading film roles. Olyphant came to the attention of a wider audience when he was cast as Sheriff Seth Bullock in HBO's acclaimed western Deadwood, which aired for 3 seasons from 2004 to 2006. 70. While he had previously been typecast as a talkative, Jack Nicholson styled, funny bad boy, in the words of Vulture's Matt Zoller cites 101, 102. Deadwood gave him the opportunity to play a righteous, brooding lawman. 103, 104, 105, 106. The show's creator, David Milch, said of the casting choice, "Bullock's uprightness is an alternative to going medieval on people. You can see that same fire and that possibility in Tim, even at his most genial. I'm not sure which poet talked about thoughts too deep for words, but he brings that idea alive. Tim is a guy that doesn't let himself be known easily." 59, 107, 108. While Bullock was initially introduced as Deadwood's protagonist, Emily Vanderwerf of the AV Club noted that the character of Al Swearengen came to dominate the show. This is not to slight Timothy Olyphant. He's a fine actor, and his portrayal of Bullock is frequently very, very good. Bullock is still unquestionably one of the most important characters on the show, but the character of a Wild West lawman, no matter how revisionist it was in its portrayal of that lawman as someone who seemed barely in control at all times, just ended up not having as much to do in a blatantly revisionist Western about how chaos gives way to civilization. 109. Matt Feeney of Slate described Bullock as laconic, feral, hot-tempered, and a little vain, and said the character was not so much played as embodied by Olyphant. 110 Alan Sepinwall of HitFix found his performance fierce and commanding. 111 While Jeremy Egner of the New York Times said that he showed a capacity for explosive, nuanced performance barely suggested by earlier roles. 59 The cast were nominated for the 2006 Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series. 48 Years later, Olyphant remarked that Deadwood almost has done more for me since we wrapped than while it was on. I continue to draw from it, to steal from it. I'm much better at my job now because of the things I learned while doing it. David Milch is one of the greatest writers, storytellers, directors, creative forces I've ever been around. 112. He has been somewhat critical of his own performance. Frankly, the show is much better than my performance. Ian was like a little kid, playing with the props and playing with the language, and he never lost the sense of fun of it all. I wasn't operating at that same level. 113. 114. Also in 2006, he made a guest appearance in an episode of the NBC comedy My Name is Earl. 115. In 2007, Olyphant starred in the romantic comedy Catch and Release. He knew co-star Jennifer Garner from their days as struggling actors in New York, and was excited for the opportunity to play a romantic lead. 116. 48. 117. Lael Lowenstein of Variety felt Olyphant clearly has a bright future. 118. While Desson Thompson of the Washington Post described him as the strongest performer here, but that he was entirely misplaced, an estimable actor caught in a thankless, frilly role. 119. Scott Tobias of the AV Club remarked, Olyphant's trademark volatility makes him a livelier romantic lead than the usual stuffed shirt. 120. Similarly, Stephanie Zacharek of Salon found him effective here precisely because he seems a little sharp and dangerous. He's not your typical cuddly romantic lead. 121. Olyphant's first post-Deadwood roles were the action movies Live Free or Die Hard and Hitman, both 2007. Coastlines was first screened during the Sundance Film Festival in 2002. 122. While Catch and Release was filmed in 2005. 123. He had bought a house in the weeks before Deadwood's cancellation. 124. 125. And he later admitted his job choices during this period were for purely financial reasons. 16. In Live Free or Die Hard, he played a villainous cybersecurity expert. 48. 105. 126. Both he and Bruce Willis have said his role was underwritten in the script, and he enjoyed working with Willis to develop the character. 127. 128. 129. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone declared him a master at smiling menace. 130. While Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle found him perfectly ice-cold. 131. However, Manala Dargis of the New York Times remarked, Mr. Olyphant has many charms, but annihilating menace is not one of them. 132. He next starred in Hitman, a video game adaptation, as the assassin Agent 47. 116. 133. 134. He was hired to replace Vin Diesel 6 weeks before filming began. 135. 136. And reluctantly agreed to shave his head. 128. 137. The film was commercially successful, grossing over $100 million. 138. But received negative reviews. Todd McCarthy of Variety described Olyphant as an actor capable of portraying subtle ambiguities and thought, which suggests he ought to branch out to play something other than badass. 139. Nick Shager of Slant magazine was disappointed to see the actor reduced to glowering and posing with pistols. 140. While Manala Dargis of the New York Times felt he was strangely, at times ridiculously, miscast. 141. In 2008, He had a supporting role as a lieutenant colonel in the Iraq War drama Stop Loss 48. 142 played a pompous newscaster in the Little Scene comedy Meet Bill. 143 voiced the character Cowboy in the video game Turok. 144 and made a guest appearance on the first season of the ABC sitcom Samantha Who? With Christina Applegate. 145. 146. Olyphant had a new outlook when choosing his 2009 projects. Influenced by his experience with Hitman, it motivated me to take a little more responsibility with what I was doing. I was very fond of the director and a lot of the people that worked on the film, but there was definitely a part of me that was like, what am I doing here? 59. 147. 148 He starred as a morphine addict in the Little Scene independent heist comedy High Life. 149. 150. 151 with Derek Elley of Variety praising his terrific performance. 152. 153 He had a starring role in the thriller A Perfect Getaway as a possible serial killer of fellow holidaymakers in Hawaii. Manala Dargis of the New York Times enjoyed the regrettably underemployed actor's performance. 154 Ty Burr of the Boston Globe found him delightfully confident. 155 While Lisa Schwartzbaum of Entertainment Weekly noted he has a heck of a good time telegraphing macho mania. 156 He was nominated for the Toronto Film Critics Association Award for Best Supporting Actor. 157 He returned to the stage for one night to appear in Standing on Ceremony, the gay marriage plays, benefiting the Human Rights Campaign. 158. 159 Also in 2009, he appeared in 11 episodes of the FX legal thriller Damages, as a morally ambiguous love interest for Rose Byrne's character. 160. 161 Byrne later said he was her favorite Damages guest star. 162. 163 While FX president John Landgraf sent him the pilot script for another FX project, Lawman, later renamed Justified. 108. 112 In 2010, he starred as the town sheriff in the horror film The Crazies. 147. 164 Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian was impressed by the saturnine screen presence of Timothy Olyphant, that formidable actor who deserves a lead role to match his potential. 165. The Hollywood Reporter's Michael Reichchaffen found him convincing. 166 While Claudia Pook of USA Today enjoyed the smart, stoic, and sympathetic performance. 167 He also appeared in the independent comedy Electrolux, 2010. 168. 169. 2010 to 2015, Justified and comedic performances. Olyphant starred in FX's modern-day Western series, Justified, as Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens, who is reassigned to his native Eastern Kentucky following a justified, but questionable, quick-draw shooting of a criminal in Miami. There, he encounters many outlaw figures from his childhood, including his father and Boyd Crowder, with whom he dug coal as a teenager. 170 Olyphant was initially drawn to the ease and the charm and the sort of old-fashionedness of the character. 148 but has said he does not consider him a good guy. 59. 170. 171. 172 The character of Raylan Givens was created by novelist Elmore Leonard, appearing in his short story Fire in the Hole, 2001, and the novels Pronto, 1993, and Writing the Rap, 1995. Leonard was an executive producer of Justified and befriended Olyphant. 173. 174. 175 His final novel, Raylan, 2012, was inspired by the television show. 176. Olyphant at the 70th Annual Peabody Awards in May 2011. Raylan Givens has been described by many television critics as the defining role of Olyphant's career. 59. 177. 178 Brian Lowry of Variety said it was an unabashed star turn. There are surely worse ways to be pigeonholed than playing tough, laconic lawman, and Timothy Olyphant is carving himself a formidable niche in those confines. It's an enormously appealing performance. 179. Tim Goodman of the San Francisco Chronicle praised an incredibly riveting performance. Olyphant's steely gaze, zen interior, and matinee looks called to mind a younger Clint Eastwood. 180. Daniel Feinberg of HitFix described him as a tremendously compelling actor. It's not that he thrives only on minimalism, but he gets a lot out of a little. His performance is about potential energy, or potential violence. And Olyphant does intense and coiled to perfection. 181. Matthew Gilbert of the Boston Globe said, "It's hard to imagine any other actor in the part, as Olyphant milks Raylan's smooth, laconic cowboy style for as much